Yeah.
It blows my mind that the Snarkers targeted you so hard because your videos don't get they're not like super viral, right?
But they actually messaged my students and my family, and they were like, they sent a link, and if you click on that link, it's like a compilation of deep fakes of me.
You're in some minor drama in the H3 members Discord server. Would you be able to break down what happened?
That's not good enough, my little cuck. I don't think you're hungry today.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of H3Y. Today I'm with a very special member of the H3 community, Elise Tran. Elise, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Elise. I have a small ASMR channel on YouTube, which is not really ASMR, to be honest. If you take a look, it's really it's pretty much brain rot ASMR, so it's just like role plays or about things that I find weird or interesting, and yeah, it's pretty weird.
It is a very interesting channel, I gotta say, and very entertaining. So let me give you a breakdown for this interview. We're going to be doing our typical icebreaker questions. I have some very specific Elise questions, and then I have a fun activity for us at the end. So Elise, here's the first icebreaker question. They're all within the theme of H3. What do you have any ghost stories?
Ghost stories?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like, say you see a ghost in your room, or say you have an experience where something paranormal happens.
Like something supernatural that has happened to me?
Yes.
Yes, I do have one experience of something very, very, very scary that happened to me.
I would love to hear it.
Yeah. So it was back a long time ago when I was young. I was 18 or 17, and I was in high school. And I was very much into the whole like calling the spirits and stuff like that. And I wanted to do that with my friends from high school. So I was sleeping at one of my friends, and we were in his apartment, and we were three. And we decided to get a Ouija board and do the whole thing. I wanted to freak them out, so I was moving the board, like the pointer. But the thing is, they knew it was me, and when we turned on the light, there was black paint all over the table, which freaked us out because obviously, like, where did the paint come from? And it was fresh, and none of us had black paint on our hands, so it couldn't be any of us. My friend is an artist, but like all of his painting, like all of his stuff was in another room, and they both started crying out of fear, and I started crying as well. And then we just went to a nightclub because we couldn't like sleep at that house. Like, we were very freaked out, and ever since I've never called the spirits again. I was like, I'm never doing this again. So yeah, I don't know if this counts as a ghost story, but
that definitely counts if you think the paint came out of nowhere. So was the paint on the Ouija board or just on the table?
It was
under the Ouija board.
So basically we made the Ouija board ourselves, so it was like on the table. Yeah.
Oh crap.
It was very scary. And my parents were really mad at me. They were like, never do this in the house. You pissed off a spirit and blah blah, like. So
that's pretty crazy. How old did you say you were?
I was 17, I think.
Oh my god. Okay. And no drinking, no drugs that night.
No. We drank a little bit, but no drugs, nothing like that. It was very
fascinating. All right, that's a very crazy story, and nothing supernatural has happened before or since.
No, I tried to. I did share my apartment in Japan with a ghost, but that's super common in Japan. Like, there are lots of ghosts over there. So
really,
yeah. I used to live in Tokyo, and it was weird because every time I had someone over, I would send them my address, and they would search it on Google Maps, and they would end up in a cemetery, which is not even nearby my house. So I would have to like get them into my house because they couldn't find it with Google Maps. Super weird. And then in my house, weird stuff would happen during the night. Like, I would, they have like panel doors in Japan. So
yeah.
I would always have them like closed, and I would wake up and they're open, and my shoes are in another place, and blah blah. And then I was really freaked out about this, but like everyone was like, it's normal, it's Japan, like we all have ghosts here. And and then one day my bathroom locked itself from inside, which was like super scary. I was really, really upset about this, and it all ended on one night, I was sleeping and I think I had like sleep paralysis, you know, like when you think,
Yeah.
but I couldn't move and I felt like a weight, like as if someone was lying next to me and like hugging me really tight. And then it stopped. And then after that, there was no like ghost thing in the apartment. But yeah,
So people in Japan are just like, yeah, ghosts are like a normal thing here. That was that.
it is super normal. And in Vietnam, in China, it's super normal. Like it's part of the culture. So like it's okay. Like you just have a ghost, just go see a shaman, get it exorcised. And I'm like, okay.
That's so funny because compared to like sometimes I ask people this question here, they're from the States, and they are all like, no, there's no such thing. We don't believe in that shit. It's insane. But it's so crazy how the opposite culture or the different culture is so accepting of and like expects, in fact, expects you to have an experience. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Interesting. All right. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next icebreaker question. So you're very familiar with H3, so I don't feel weird asking you this. But at least, how do you wipe? From back to front or front to back?
Okay, so I would say I would say back. I used to be back to front, but apparently you're supposed to do it front to back because it's really bad. So
Yeah.
so I used to, like when I was younger, I used to do it the other way, but now I do it front to back. It's better for your health.
Apparently so. I wouldn't know since I'm not equipped with that
For women,
with that feature.
true.
Yeah. But I've interviewed many women on the show, and some of them have said back to front. And they still do it today.
That's kind of, I mean, I don't know. It's just, then again, it depends. Like, I don't know. I just, it's weird. I think it's better to, but I can understand that you would want to like naturally do it.
Yeah. They say they guarantee they don't get anything dirty where it doesn't belong, you know?
Well, how can they guarantee that? It's like bacteria. You can't see it. Like,
I don't know. That's what they claim.
Like,
That's their experience.
maybe
And
they
who am I to?
had like any infection or anything, so they're like
Yeah.
sure that nothing has happened.
Yeah, but yeah. So hopefully they keep up that streak for the rest of their lives.
I hope so.
All right. Next icebreaker question: who's your favorite crew member on H3?
I would say Olivia.
Oh my God, me too. Like I've interviewed so many people, and you're the
answer, but
It's not a basic answer. It's actually quite rare. The answer I get the most common is actually Zach.
back in the day, I was gonna say Ian. Yeah.
Yeah, I love me some Olivia time, and I hope to God she comes back to the podcast soon. But if not, I totally understand.
And by favorite, I'm just like in my head, I'm just thinking like if I was to know these people in real life, like who would I be most likely to be friends with? So
Yeah.
it would be Olivia.
So yeah, people answer it differently, but at the end of the day, we all love and respect all the members of the H3 podcast.
All of them all.
All right, next question. Who would you rather be stuck on a deserted island with? Hassan Piker, iDubbbz, or Jake Doolittle?
Hassan, he's really hot. I know.
Oh my God.
No, I'm supposed to hate him, but I've been a fan of his for like a really long time, maybe as long as H3. So it was really hard for me when, you know, I was so happy when they collabed, and then when it fell through, it became really hard for me. I don't watch anything like that Hassan says on Ethan or that Ethan says on Hassan because I get really upset like in both ways. So like, yeah, Hassan 100% he's hot. Yeah.
That's really cool, and it's very mature of you to be able to like pick and choose the kind of content that you want. Like some people, they can't. They have to listen to anything and everything both creators make on each other. So
Really?
I feel like, yeah, they do.
Yeah, I used to. Well, Hassan doesn't say a lot about Ethan, to be honest, but it's more like Ethan that does a lot of content. And I used to watch that, but it would make me kind of hate Hassan, and I felt bad about that because it's like that's not like I don't know these people. Like I don't want to hate someone just because of like online drama about people that I've never met. So it was too toxic for me. But like that's it.
Well, it's a very mature take for you, Elise, and I think you'll be happy to hear that. I don't think either of them are talking much about each other nowadays. Ethan's sole focus is pretty much on iDubbbz, which is awesome. Everyone can hit on iDubbbz.
That I hate. I would not like to be on this trend, like on an island with him. Never.
Fantastic. All right, the last icebreaker question. Who would you rather have dinner with? Rich Lux, Bo Blacks, or Cousin Tim?
Rich Lux, I think. He's nicest personality. I think he's really funny. I watched the latest episodes you were in, right?
Yes.
And I thought it was, I don't know, it's he has such a shiny personality, and yeah, I love him.
He's fantastic. He's the reason I got into the H3 studio.
That's crazy.
And
That's so crazy.
it blew my mind. What a life-changing experience. And dude, Rich is so nice. I forgot to take a selfie with him, so I'm all like, hey, can I take you out for a meal or something before you go back to Texas? And he says, Alex, I'm actually doing an influencer event on Wednesday. Would you like to be my +1? I'm all like, yeah. So yeah, what a cool dude.
How did it feel to meet these people for the first time? Because as much as like we can be fans of them, but we don't know them. So how was it to them in real, have them as real?
Interestingly enough, I've always had, obviously watching them on the show for years, I've had an image of what they're like in my head.
Yeah.
They are pretty much like that in person for the most part. Yeah.
So
especially what surprised me most was Hila was a lot nicer than I was expecting. Like I didn't think she was gonna be mean or nothing, but she was especially nice. Like she went out of her way to like ask me very personal questions because she really wanted to get to know me.
Oh wow, that's so nice. But she's shy, I think. That's why it doesn't show that like maybe on the show she's not as.
Yeah, I did not get like a shyness at all from her in person.
Cool.
So that was my most notable takeaway out of the meeting of the crew members. Alrighty, at least I have some very specific questions tailored to what I've been looking at through your channel. So let's just get started.
Yeah.
So you've been making ASMR content for the past 8 years. What inspired you to make ASMR content on YouTube?
So I used to listen to a lot of ASMR back in like 2011 when like it wasn't even like well known, like people didn't know what it was and it was weird. And I was dating someone at the time, who was like, okay, well, why don't you do your own ASMR channel? And he was a videographer. He said, I'll buy you a camera and a mic and you'll pay me back when you start making money, right? But unfortunately we broke up like I think a month after that. But he did buy me the stuff and I did pay him back, of course. So I had to do it on my own. And yeah, that's why I started. I was like, I want to make a genre of ASMR that doesn't exist, the crazy kind, right? Yeah, that's why I started to do it. I wanted to give back to the community.
That's very cool. So this person bought you the equipment and you're like, yeah, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
That's fun. Alrighty, thank you so much. Next question I have for you is, I noticed a lot of your videos have very strong H3 references, although they never say H3 in the title or like in the description.
Oh, really?
But does H3 inspire you for some of your content?
Yeah, I would say that the reason I can speak English today is kind of like thanks to H3, because when I started, so the person who bought me and my equipment introduced me to the Ethan channel, like the very first channel, like before the podcast. And at the time, my English wasn't really good, so I couldn't really understand. I had to like watch it with subtitles and like watch it really slow. And then over the years, because I lived in like 10 countries and I lived across the world, it was hard to maintain like friendships, right? I always like went back to the show to watch it and I felt like it was following me my whole life. And then obviously my English improved. And yeah, and maybe that has influenced my videos in a way.
That's incredible. I wonder how many other people Ethan's taught to speak English through making videos.
There's a lot of comments of like people in Sweden or like in Europe being like, oh my gosh, I learned English thanks to you.
That's funny. Yeah, you know what's interesting is, you probably know this, but Ethan's a creative writing major.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that, him being good at speaking has helped influence someone like you. So it was just very fascinating.
I became an English teacher after that.
You became, you're a teacher. I didn't know it was for English. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
What a chain of events. Oh my God. In addition to that, what can you give me a list of like some of the videos you've made that were H3 inspired, just so I could flash them on screen for a second?
Really? Wait. There was one about Well, it's not H3 inspired, but it was like stuff that I came to know because of H3. Like for
Yeah.
example, you know, like when Katy Perry went to space, and
Yes.
so that I made a video about that. Let me see. H3. I did a video about Destiny also, because, and I came to know about the Destiny thing with the, you know, the talking to underage girls. Thanks to H3 as well. And I think there's only one video where I explicitly mentioned H3, and that was when, well, I don't know if you saw, but I did a video talking about like iDubbbz and how shocked I was that it did the content cut. But I was just shocked, you know, and no one that I know watch H3 because like no one cares, like French people. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna post that and whatever. And then I was harassed by Snarkers who were like saying that they were gonna tell my school that I'm doing videos and I'm doing porn, and then they make deep fakes of me. Now, if you type my name on Google, you see lots of deep fakes of me with a dick also, which is very, very funny. But yeah, so at first I was kind of like stressed out, and I made a video saying, like, calling them out. Yeah, so I think these are the two videos that when I mentioned.
It's so interesting how you just naturally flowed into that, because that was the next thing I wanted to ask you about, was the harassment you received from the Snarkers.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that the Snarkers targeted you so hard, because your videos don't get, they're not like super viral, right?
No, it's not. It's like I'm just doing this as a hobby. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that serious, and I'm French, and I'm so out of this, and I never talk about this drama. Like once I said one thing about it, and what really pissed me off is that, like, okay, whatever, just send me messages, whatever, but they actually messaged my students and my family, and they were like, they sent a link, and if you click on that link, it's like a compilation of fake, like deep fakes of me, of nudes of me. And I was really upset about this because obviously my students, they're underage, and it's just really horrible. So yeah, I was upset. But I don't know why.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. It's like, I have a theory as to why.
Really?
I think the Snarkers are deeply misogynistic because as a man, I don't receive much harassment from the Snarkers at all, but I see women also making H3 themed content that get like 5 times the amount of hate that I do.
Really?
So I think something about being a woman online and defending H3 really upsets these people.
Maybe. I didn't know they didn't harassment as much.
That's just my personal experience. I'm sure I could speak to other creators who have received harassment, and I'm sure all the stories would be the same. Well, yeah, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. That's some bullshit. And,
I've learned my lesson. I'm not speaking on H3 on my on my.
It's a damn shame. Like that's why they do it. They scare you into silence.
But to be honest, no. Like if I wanted to actually say something, I would. I just haven't got the opportunity. I just really wanted to make this video about iDubbbz because I was so shocked. I think you were too, right? Who expected that the content club to be about Ethan? Like maybe some people knew about it, but I was really shocked.
It was a thought in my mind as it was gonna happen. Like maybe like it could be Ethan. It would not be the first. It would not be the first thing I thought of.
Right? Like
what a fucking asshole.
Seriously. Like, and I used to like iDubbbz videos like a lot. Like I used to like the content cup like everyone else, I guess. Right?
Everyone else.
Everyone like, and I liked iDubbbz like a long time ago. I didn't watch him, but I would never, like, it's so crazy to me that this happened. And I was like, oh, I have no one to talk to about that. Like I want to talk to people about this, but no one knows. So I just made this video because obviously my community is American, so they would know what I'm talking about. But yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I've been going back and watching a bunch of old H3 videos, and I noticed that iDubbbz and Ethan, they collab together the most.
Yes.
Out of all the people he interacted with, he collabed the most with them.
Yeah.
So just an extreme and just ridiculous betrayal.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry too. Like I think since our distance is long, that our delay is exaggerated. So if I ever talk over you, I'm super sorry. I did not mean to do that. But please go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say You remember last time when Idubs and Anissa went on the show, on the podcast as guests to advertise content creator, content clash, whatever. I was watching. I remember watching this, and I didn't know. I knew who Anissa was, but I never saw her speak before. I had no idea, and I remember thinking while I was watching this that I found her very, very annoying and very narcissistic, and I didn't even watch it through. And that's one of the few parts that I didn't watch in its entirety because I really disliked her personality, and so it's weird because I kind of like picked up on the fact that she was very annoying, and I was like, what? No one feels like she's annoying. It's so obvious that she's so annoying. But yeah, I guess. But other than that, I never expected this to happen.
I think since I wasn't very familiar with her, I gave her a lot of grace. Like it,
you were
it didn't matter how. No, I wasn't familiar with her, but I gave her grace since she was new, and that Ethan and Hila seemed to like her a lot. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. But honestly, I didn't finish that podcast either. I thought it was boring as fuck. Idubs is not funny or interesting to talk to.
Yeah,
Anyways, that's just how I felt about that situation.
Yeah.
Next question. So, ASMR right now isn't your main occupation, and I've watched some of your recent videos. Are you still actively looking for a job?
Yeah. So basically, if you watch my video, you'll know that basically I had something kind of traumatizing that happened to me last year, which is why I worked as a substitute teacher for a year. That contract was a 1-year contract, and now it's done. And I found myself kind of unable to go back to work. I just don't want to work here, like in France, in Paris. I get very overwhelmed, and basically I'm looking for a job, but I want to go back to Asia, probably abroad anyways. So I'm applying like in China, in Malaysia, right? So that's what I'm doing.
Very cool. I hope you get you find a suitable career path for you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry what happened to you in France, and I hope your story inspires more women to come out with their stories. And at the very least, I'm sorry, what was I gonna say? It'll keep women more aware of the dangers of men when they hang out with someone that they haven't met before.
Well, yeah. In that situation, I knew that person because he was supposed to be one of my coworkers, right? Even if it wasn't someone that I knew for long. But I think I just put the story out there because I was told not to. My lawyers were like, don't talk about this. Like, no one should know. Like, don't talk about this. The company was like, don't talk about this. And I thought it's so stupid. Like, why should I feel embarrassed? And why should I feel like that? So I made it. And I just feel better now that I've told it, right? It's like kind of a weight that's lifted off my shoulder. Yeah. So I hope people not to feel like embarrassed because things like that happen to them.
I'm glad you feel better after sharing your story, and I'm sorry you had to keep it in for so long because of your job at the time. Alrighty, let's move on to the next question. You're in some minor drama in the H3 members Discord server. Would you be able to break down what happened?
Yeah, that. Anyway, I'm not on the Discord anymore, so it's fine. No, just I was I was sharing my story of so I joined the Discord. I've been a member for I think four years or something, but I was never on the Discord. And I decided to start talking on with people on the Discord because I thought maybe I can make friends who like H3 as well, and it's a good way to meet people. And one day I was just sharing what happened with the Snarkers, right? And 2 members of the Discord came after me. They were really, really mean. One that was banned, his name is Owen. I don't know if I'm supposed to say or not, but like, who cares?
It's fine. He's been on my channel a lot. I've collabed with him a lot of times, but ever since he's been banned, yeah, I know. Ever since he's been banned, I have not interacted with him much since. Really? But
so my
and I'm totally on your side of what happened in the drama, by the way.
I think my theory is that he's a snarker, and he has been for a long time because like I couldn't believe. So basically, he slut shamed me. He was like, "Oh, you're an educator. Look at your channel. Like on some videos, it's clear to me that you're not wearing a top." And he was sending screenshots of my videos on the Discord, which is, first of all, even if I was like, I don't care. Even if I was doing that kind of content, which I'm not, like, who fucking cares? That's not the point. I'm saying that I was being harassed. Like, so what? Sex workers deserve to be harassed, sexually harassed? That's stupid. So first of all, there was that, and then they were like trying to lecture me on my job and stuff. And there was another girl who is his friends, I guess. And she was really mean to me. And it was not the first time. Like, this girl came at every time I was on the Discord, she would come at me and say really mean things. And then I was like, okay, this Discord is too toxic for me. Of course, so many people are really nice, but I was, it was just not cool. I don't know if you were in chat when that happened.
I was following a lot of that. I wasn't there actively, but they messaged me afterwards. They said, "Oh, Owen got like temporarily banned for that interaction with you."
No, he wasn't
So I'm
banned.
like,
He was not banned. He was not
"Oh,
banned.
I'm sorry."
And
Well,
what
he did. He got punished by. He did something about the Moz followed up with him, and they gave him a warning or something. Something happened.
I think he's permanently banned.
He is now, but at the time of the interacting with you,
Anyway, after what happened with me, so I mentioned it to one of the mods, and I said that I also suspected him to be a snarker, and I joined like screenshots of his Reddit account where he was like basically talking shit about H3 on the Hassan subreddit. So I was like, that's weird.
he was doing that.
Yeah, and I had
Hassan subreddit.
yes, and I had screens, and I sent it to the mod. I was like, just letting you know that maybe that person is not really nice, and then so the mod said, this is not, without targeting him, they were like, oh, what has been said to Elise is not okay, no slut shaming here, blah blah blah. And then he replied, I've apologized to Elise, and simultaneously he sent me a message saying sorry for what I said. So it was very performative, and then that's it, right? And then I left the Discord because I was not feeling it, and I learned later that he was banned for something else. I don't know what he did.
Yeah, he's been doing this. He has very strong. He's very strongly opinionated and lives by certain morals, I think. So whenever he sees something, he can't help himself but to like go super hard at people, like how he did with you. He does that for like other topics and other situations.
Why
too,
was he banned?
It was
wasn't it the bullying of I know they were, him and his crew were bullying some guests, but I don't think that was the reason.
I really don't know how to like articulate what happened, but there was one person named Dan Saltman. I don't know anything about this dude.
Oh, so, yeah, that was the story that I heard. Yeah.
But he had been like really aggressive towards him for having different moral and like other kinds of beliefs. So okay. Owen, like, he can't keep it to himself sometimes. He just has to kind of attack people aggressively.
So you don't think he's a snarker in disguise?
He claims he'll never become a snarker, and he won't do that. But I think his interest in H3, I think, became unhealthy. I'd say
very obsessed.
I wouldn't say that, but I would say unhealthy for sure.
Okay.
Maybe almost bordering on that line.
Okay.
But yeah, and his solution, I think he's been taking. Obviously, he's been banned. So him interacting less with the community, I think, is going to be good for him.
Yeah.
And he's promised to like step away from the community and not watch the show as much anymore. So I think that'll be good for him. Yeah. Okay.
So maybe it's good. I do believe that Snarkers, anyways, are super fans. They were super fans, and they
are.
Yeah.
I visit the page because I'm curious if they ever talk about me. So I refresh the page sometimes during the show, and they're watching the show, clipping it live. They see something happen. Immediately they post it on the subreddit.
It's crazy.
They watch every minute of every show. I was in a Snark Discord for a while, and I was asking them questions like, why do you guys watch the show if you don't like it? And they say, oh no, we're fans, we like watching the show. I'm like, what? But they're so mean. Like in that Discord, they were calling they were making racist jokes against Avery and Nate. What? They were calling Galia, Timu, Olivia, and a bunch of mean shit like this. I'm like, you guys are fans, but you're so fucking disgusting and mean to the crew. Like, that's not cool.
So weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right.
Thanks for breaking down that drama for me. I'm sure a lot of people would be very interested to hear about that. Tell me about your experience on OF.
Oh, we can't say it? Okay. So
Well, I'm just being extra safe based off of the YouTube guidelines. They don't like saying websites. So I like to just keep it as safe as possible here.
yeah. So basically my job ended on July, my 1 year contract. So after that, I don't know how to say that in English, but basically I'm getting some when you've worked a certain amount of time, then the government, if you don't work anymore, the government gives you like money every month until you find a new job. And I don't know the name in English for that. Maybe you guys don't have it because
I don't know if we have that. we have unemployment.
Yeah,
you
it's
get paid in unemployment.
And it's like 60% of your salary.
I don't know if that's how that works here.
No, we get 60% of our salary, and we get it for as long as we work. So, for example, if I work 2 years, and I can not work for 2 years and get 60% of my salary, my previous salary. That's how it works. It's a socialist.
That's really cool. Like, I'd be super down for that.
A lot of people work 2 years and then don't work and then work. So people do that. So,
that's incredible. I want to live there.
Yeah.
Let's do a life swap.
It's the leftist here.
Cool.
So I'm on that, and I was like, okay, but it's still not that much money, right? So I need to make money, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do OnlyFans now that I'm not a teacher anymore. Also, it's just a feed page, so it's not like anything. Well, it's for people who are into feet, and it's basically just a feed page with me reading literature, English literature. So it's very niche. Just like my channel, but yeah, it's that's my OF, and it's cool. People are really nice, and the people who love feet, they're like the nicest community.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why feet content specifically?
Because if my stuff get leaked, I won't have any problem with any company that I could work with. I'd be like, that these are just my feet.
Okay.
So that's basically the reason.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if I do anything else, I can be sure that it's gonna be leaked. I don't know about the Snarkers if they're still on my shit, right? But like, I don't want to take any chances, and I don't want the stuff to be sent to my family or things like that. So, and my family knows about my feed page, and they were like, my mom was like, show more. So,
Ooh, oh, that's really cool.
she doesn't care.
That's awesome. Yeah. Shout out to the family members that are supportive of people that do online content, because a lot of families would be like, not cool. Even like me, I do YouTube. There's other people I know in the space that their family hates that they do YouTube stuff.
Really? Oh no,
yeah.
my parents are like super into that, and also my mom is on TikTok, and yeah.
Fun.
I was thinking also, if I want to get back into education, it would be very hard for me to teach high school if there's evidence of me doing sex work online. Well, obviously like it is still sex work, but in France it's nothing. It's considered as like whatever. Like it's not. Yeah.
It's a damn shame like people are coming after you for they think what you do ASMR is like a sexual content. I've never seen it that way at all. I've always just found it like relaxing to hear people do ASMR stuff. Unless like it's themed to be sexual, then obviously it's sexual.
Yeah. And there are YouTubers who do sexual ASMR content, like of course. And at the time I was doing OF, so like.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, like I'm totally on your side. Like if you wanted to like you do a hardcore sex and be a teacher, I don't think there's any issue with that. What you do outside of the classroom is no one's fucking business, in my opinion.
I agree. However, it could be a problem for the government, because they have like a policy that like in France, if you're a teacher, you're supposed to have in your private life, you're supposed to have a behavior that reflects the perfect citizen or something like that. It's like a law thing. So they could, even though technically they can't do anything, they could like, I don't know, maybe not fire me, but move me to another school or in another city. And yeah, I just don't want the kids to, also the kids, like when I was a teacher, they found my YouTube channel, my TikTok, my Instagram, everything. Mm-hmm. So I know that if I had OnlyFans then, they would have found it like immediately. So yeah, I don't want the kids to get on that.
Yeah, very fair, very fair. And I think it's, I definitely disagree with the government not being cool with it. But since they're paying you, they kind of have the say of what you kind of do and can't do. But anyways, that's that. I digress. Do you still personally watch ASMR content?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite ASMR content creator?
Okay. It's very niche, but very niche. I don't know, but so I like Latte ASMR. She's Korean and she does
Okay.
ASMR in Korea. She's a big ASMR artist in Korea. And then I like Laura Lemurex, and I like Gentle Whispering, kind of like the OG. I guess you have to like kind of be into ASMR to know them, but
Yeah,
I
I enjoy ASMR,
mm.
but ASMR channels never get pushed in my feed. I think YouTube doesn't like to push that kind of stuff for whatever reason. Do you agree? Do you think, has that been experienced? I think at one point, like 5 years ago, I would get ASMR channels recommended just randomly, but I think the algorithm has shifted against your favor.
They flagged it as sexual. I think, yeah, 5, 6 years ago, it was working really well. Actually, my channel was working really well, even though I wasn't even uploading that much, but like it was really like being pushed. And then I think it came to the point where they were like, yeah, this is kind of like bordering sexual content, and they kind of like shadow ban it.
I see, I see, yeah.
Fine.
What a shame, but you know, things, the pendulum always swings, so maybe one day they'll think ASMR is cool and hip again, so just keep it up. You know, I always say, you know, do what you love to do, and then the views will come.
It's so fun, so it's okay.
My last question, it comes from a fan of yours. Their name is Mentally Muzz. They ask, what is your favorite ASMR trigger?
Who is this? A fan of mine?
Yeah, I was advertising I was gonna be talking to you last night as I was writing up questions. So I wrote in the Discord, hey, I'm interviewing Elise Tran, and someone's all like, I love her. Can you ask her what her favorite ASMR trigger is?
Okay. My I like soft spoken. Weirdly enough, I don't like whispering. I just like soft spoken, and I like it in a language that I don't understand. So like Russian, or cause like right now I speak 7 languages. So I need to like listen to something that's adjacent to a language that I know, but a language that I don't know. So for example, so I speak Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. So it would be very relaxing to me to listen to like Cambodian ASMR or like something in Malay, because I kind of understand it, but not really, and it helps me sleep. So yeah.
Very cool, very cool. Elise, I have a fun activity planned for us. I think it'd be really fun if you and I did some ASMR together.
Okay.
I have some scripts. I have 3 short scripts for us to read, and they both have, it's a 2-part script. So I'll send you the scripts, and let me know if you're comfortable, and we could read them together. So this first one is called Idubs Asks Anissa for Food. So let me send you the script for that. It's very short. It's just a little short little story I think would be really fun. So take a look and let me know if you're comfortable with reading it. I'll do the Idubs part, and you could be the Anissa part.
Oh,
So let me know.
that
Take a
sounds
look
like
and let me know if you're comfortable.
they actually did. No, that's not a real like
No,
conversation.
it's like a fantasy script.
You look, it sounds like I can hear her in my head. Like it could be something.
Yeah,
Okay.
very much in the realm of what I think she would say.
I don't have my mic, but oh, okay. Hello, loving husband.
And it's gonna be you teaching me ASMR a little bit too. So I'm gonna do my best. Let me know if you need me to change anything
You
up.
don't have to whisper. You just have to do it in the softest way you can.
Okay. Hello, loving wife. Can I have food today?
Have you criticized H3 and attacked the crew today?
No, I have not. I told my daddy to kick rocks though.
That's not good enough, my little cuck. I don't think you're hungry today. We'll pay to let me say that.
It's so funny. Can I at least have some chicken and rice?
If you beg, I will give you an unsliced bagel.
Oh my god. What about second coffee?
No, you've had too much coffee. You can only drink Sabra hummus for the rest of the day.
Thank you, honey. Yes, please give me a sliced bagel.
No. My cock only deserves unsliced bagels.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Anissa.
I love
All
that.
right, that's the first script.
Is she doing femdom? Because I could see her as like a dominatrix.
Probably. I'm not sure if she actually practices that outside of.
It's amazing. Love it. Love that for her. She should definitely do that.
All right. The next conversation I have is called the Snarker Mod Group Chat. I have a conversation between two Snarkers,
Okay.
Snarker 1 and Snarker 2.
Okay. So based on conversations you've witnessed, right? In that.
No, this is all just like fantasy land. Like this is how I imagine it'd be. I wrote the scripts just for us, but kind of in the realm of what I think kind of happens in their group chat.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, you could be Snarker 1.
Okay.
And I could be Snarker 2.
Okay. Okay. I can't wait to watch H3 today.
Yes, I don't have a job, so this is the only reason I wake up.
Remember, take everything out of context and make Ethan look as bad as possible.
I love to chip clip. Which crew member should we target this week?
Let's focus on Zach this week. We need that guy to quit.
Yes. That soundboard is very anti-Semitic.
Don't forget, all this snarking is for a very good cause. The more we snark, the more we help Palestine.
I'm only here to snark to make Hassan happy.
Yeah, that's actually the only reason I'm here to snark too.
Oh my god, the show is starting.
I hate when they're late. Time to snark.
Very good. You are so good at this. Okay, the last one I have is pretty small. It's called Moses and Trisha.
Oh.
Oh shit. Let me send you this little script. This is the shortest one. But yeah, you're super cool for doing this with me. It's like I've never done this on my channel before, so I just love having some new and interesting people to have these fun experiences with. So obviously, I think it'd be fun if you were Trisha and I'll be Moses.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
All right.
Moses, bring me my water with a pH balance of 9.5 or higher.
Yes, master. Right away.
Thank you very much, my assistant. You may now scuttle away and don't talk to me for the rest of the day.
Yes, master. But before I leave you, I have a request.
Slaves are not allowed to make requests, but I will allow it this one time.
Can I make TikToks reviewing canned food?
Your TikToks suck. Your voice is boring and you're not entertaining. No one is going to watch your TikToks, but you can record them in the closet if you want.
Thank you, master. All right. Then that was the ASMR. I don't know if I did super good. You were just incredible. So
nothing about this was ASMR. It was just
No?
a little bit. You have a good voice for ASMR though. You have a deep voice.
thank you.
Yeah, men who are successful in ASMR are the ones with very deep voices like that.
What could we have done to make it more ASMR?
For starters, not having my dogs barking and having my mic.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
sure.
I think we could have done it a lot slower because people like.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
But then again, this is supposed to be funny and it's a dialogue, so I think it was nice as it was.
All right, very cool. All right, very cool. All right, that's the end of the interview, at least. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If you could, please plug whatever you got going on.
Nothing. I have nothing going on. If you love feet and literature, go on my OF. If you like fucked up ASMR, that's really like brain rot kind of ASMR, go to my channel. That's it. And thank you.
Very good. I'll leave all that stuff in the description.